Wanted to show you a new acquisition, a Zenith Model A2A hearing aid. It's a battery-powered hearing aid unit. Here is the earpiece and the ear molds that go with it. Different size ear molds that fit on the earpiece. A little plug there plugs into the base of the unit, and then here we have the original Zenith batteries. These are a treasure. 1.5 volt filament battery and a 45 volt. If you remember this unit, this spy recorder, called the anode battery. This is the plate bolt battery that powers the tubes, high voltage of the tubes. So there's a B battery and an A battery, and there you have it. There's the connectors that plug into the batteries, and the connector into the base, of course. So I'm going to open this up. I want you to see what's inside it. 1940s, 1950s vintage Zenith Radio Corporation. There's a missing emblem here, which is sad because those things are valuable. It looked like this, similar to this Zenith trademark here, but other than that, the whole unit is complete. You can see the power switch is over here. I don't know what this switch does. This is a volume. This might be a sensitivity setting because it has numbers, and we'll see after I clean it up. But you flip this switch and get different, probably sensitivity, and then the power switch on and off. So let's open her up and see what it looks like. Okay, I removed the screws, the 4 screws at each corner, and let's just see what it looks like here. Might be another screw up here that I've missed. Let me take the volume control off. That might be the problem. I pull the volume control off, and sure enough, there's a retaining clip there that needs to be removed. I think it just pops off. My guess is it just pops off. Yep, sure enough. But that's what holds the top together. So now let's try this again. There we go. Alright. And there you have it. We have one socketed tube and one micro tube, and you can look down inside there, right in here, and you can see the wires that come out of the bottom of the tube. So there's a wax capacitor, some wax capacitors, which are very likely no good. Interesting that they're flattened out. Never seen that. I wonder if they were purposefully crushed or if that's the way they were designed. So lots of corrosion, which is expected. This is probably a transformer. Can't tell just yet. Let me turn the camera light on. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, that's a transformer. The tubes have original stickers on them, which is pretty cool. Got a little support thing there to keep it from moving around. So it doesn't look like this has ever been opened. That's a capacitor. I didn't expect to find a socketed tube in this set. I figured they would both be micros, but all right, let's see if I can lift this whole thing out of the case, and we'll look at the other side. There's actually a, well, that's the microphone. You can see the big microphone underneath there, and lots of corrosion. That's my lightning detector in the background. We're getting a storm. So yeah, I'm not going to pull that too hard because that microphone is, wires are probably really thin. But I wanted you to see what we're seeing. I'm just going to gently pull that apart so that you can see inside there. Oops. Try that again. There we go. There we go. There's the microphone element. And all right, well, let's do a little bit of cleanup and a little corrosion removal. See the corrosion down in there and in here. It's all mildew. I forgot to show you also the box. It's in beautiful shape, all things considered. Don't know if you can read that, but it says Zenith radio something radionic hearing aid, and I think that's the model number right there. I don't know. Corporation, Zenith Corporation. And then there's more information down here at the bottom. But overall, the box is in pretty good shape. The pieces that came with the box to hold the batteries in are all there. Lots of mildew in the box, but for the most part. So let's see what we can do. I think I can create a 45-volt battery with 5 9-volt batteries stacked up to fit this box. So what I'll do is very carefully, well, what I might do is scan this box and reprint it on cardstock so that I don't destroy this battery. Since it's in such beautiful condition, I'd hate to mess it up. I might be able to get it apart. We'll see. And then, of course, a single 9-volt battery or 1-volt battery, or stack 2 D-size batteries here. I think 2 might be a little long, but we'll see. 1 would work even for a short time. The filament voltage is probably not really a high current draw anyway, so we'll see what we get. Okay, I finally got the the other side off. Microphone element right there, and another capacitor. It's the transformer. You can see how they put the tube, wired the tube, and socketed this one. There's the power switch. Yep. Okay. So I'm also recording this to document where all the tape and stuff was originally. I'd like to put it all back original, so I need to be real careful with handling it. It's a crystal mic. Recognize the construction. Crystal microphone, very sensitive, and I think it goes straight into the transformer to match the impedance of the super low impedance of the mic, if I have that correct, to match the impedance of the output. So we've got a preamp and an amp, or a preamp and an amp. I don't know which is which, but it's a very simple amplifier circuit. There's the battery connections here. So what we'll do is I'll create a 45 volt battery and a 1.5 volt battery, and we'll hook it up. These capacitors are really bad to go bad, but with such a low voltage application, there's a very good chance that the capacitors are still good. So we'll just see if the tubes light up. That'll be fun to see if the tubes light up, and then we'll just go from there.